Yeah, I mean that's fine. We can
Okay,
do that.
cool, cool.
Yeah, we
What's
cool.
what's good, everybody? We live. It's your boy Solo, aka Sully, aka your girlfriend's favorite YouTuber, Yezer. And my bad, it's a little bit late, but it's Minnesota State Fair season, and I got a special guest, one of the homies out of Minneapolis, Mr. Genuine. Genuine, what's going on, homie?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? We gonna talk about a couple different things today. YouTube parties over the censorship, but me and you, we're gonna particularly chop it up about Minneapolis and Genuine. A lot of people think that when I make these videos, talk about Minneapolis, black women and white women, that I'm talking crazy. Let the people know what are your thoughts on what you think about the women here, the climate in terms of the dating culture in Minneapolis, bro.
Well, when I first came up here in 2007, the first thing I noticed was a lot of interracial dating. I mean,
Right.
it was in Indiana, but it wasn't as big as it was up here on a macro level. So I was like, well, what's going on with the sisters? You know what I'm saying? Because where I'm from, it's kind of stick with your own race. But coming up here, I saw a lot of brothers with white sisters. So I was like, okay, maybe that's just what they do. But when I started hitting the dating scenes, whether it be POF or Black Planet or Black People Meet or Match, and I think True was still doing this thing, but they were falling off. And I would kind of put myself out there to go on dates or whatnot, and I was checking for females in person, and it just seemed to be a lot of bad attitudes. Like if you're at Walmart and you see a girl doing a double take, a triple take, you're like, okay, she must be soft choosing. So now I'm gonna go holler at her, and then it's like, well, just because I'm looking at you don't mean I want you to come talk to me. And you like, well, why you been looking at me like that for? So that's something I got a lot. So I figure, okay, these sisters are not really user friendly, and the only way you can really tell if she is if she approaches you. That means she's interested in you. So I was like, okay, well, all right, I guess that's just the way it is. And I've been noticing that a lot up here. So and even going on dates, you got a lot of chicks on the dates, they just getting free meals and then backing up with another nigga later on in the night.
Yo, fam,
Yeah,
that's that POF shit I be talking about.
yeah,
Like the stuff in Minnie is crazy because these women, even fat ugly ones, especially on POF, they got so many thirsty dudes hollering at it.
yeah.
And
They
I
messed up.
remember, like, I was dating this chick, and we went our separate ways, and I met up with her a couple years later, and she had gotten huge. I'm not even gonna lie. And she showed me her POF, and niggas was blowing it up like crazy.
Yeah,
And this chick is like, she fell off, like for real. And personally speaking, and we were just talking about this. A lot of black women complain that black men are going after the white women, but the truth of the matter is that most black women here don't give a good brother a chance.
that's correct. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And I personally, I don't really like to think about conspiracies and all that stuff, but let's just keep it real. An intelligent person can see what's going on, in the world. You can see what the government has done through social engineering. You can read, the Willie Lynches and the Jim Crows, and you can kind of see how they implemented their system into breaking up families, particularly the black family. And, because they don't really want us to procreate at a mass number because we'd be uncontrollable. So it's like, okay, let's get them fighting each other internally. So, you got your little gender wars. So let's put them in a competitive state. So we'll get the woman out the house, get her working so that she feels that she's equal to a man. And that just kind of falls down. Like if she's thinking like that mentally, then that's just gonna, all the other stuff like her submitting and her knowing her role and staying in her lane is going to be all haywire. So, when black men are interacting with sisters, it's a lot of competitiveness. Like I've gone on dates and it's like, well, how much money you make? Oh, well, I think at the time I was just getting up here. So I was like, I make 40K, whatever. And she's like, well, I make 70K and I'm a manager at Centerpoint and I have 30 men answering to me. And it's like,
She said
Okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and so I'm sitting up here like, so wait a minute, and here's the good one. And I'm independent and I got a new car and I'm this and that. I'm like, okay, so you gonna pay for this date? You know what I mean? Because you kind of low key disrespecting me right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so you want to be a female when it's convenient for you. But you know, like if you're on a date with a brother, oh, you're a female now. But when you're not on a date, you're independent and you don't need a man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's not cool. And then I had a date where this chick, no, it was the same chick. She was like, well, you know, you fit everything on my list, but you got a gap. You ever thought about getting braces? And I'm like, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm like, wow, that's one of many dates. And I dropped her. I couldn't even fuck with her. So and then I remember getting up here. I'm I don't want to get off topic, but if I get off topic, feel free to stop me because I can ramble.
That's
But
cool, man. That's cool.
um, I
It's
remember,
late night, so get it off your chest, bro. It's late night.
yeah, like when I first got up here, it was, I mean, it seems like a lot of the thirsty Negroes have really puffed these mediocre chicks' heads up. So when a nigga, so when a nigga with his shit together steps to him, she feel like she's a 10, and she's really like a 4. And it's like, I mean, you got ass and titties, but your face ain't really popping. But you know what I'm saying? Your body make you maybe a 6 because you got the nice little curves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some busted chicks with nice bodies,
In
but then they
fact,
think that
you heard these same videos, Minneapolis 5, right?
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly. And
That's
it's like, yeah, man. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, I try not to fool with ugly chicks. If she's cute to me, she cute to me. But if she's just not all that cute, I'm not gonna fool with her because I have standards. So I'm not gonna lower my standards. But it's like you go on dates with them and they don't reach for the purse, which is okay. I mean, being a man, I don't have a problem, what I'm saying, footing the bill or whatever. But then I remember I went on one date with this chick. She go to St. Mary. She was studying to be a lawyer, Haitian from New York. And
okay.
and she was like, we went on a date. We finally linked up, went on a date to Fridays. And we went to go see Selma. But at Friday, she was like, I ordered a burger and fries. This chick ordered steak, potatoes, broccoli, 2 glasses of wine, 2 lobster tails, and 2 ribeyes. And
Wait,
I looked at
repeat
her like,
that. You got that memorized. Repeat that.
she ordered steak well done, mashed potatoes, broccoli, 2 glasses of red wine, and two rib tails and two lobster tails. I was like, oh wow, this chick must be hungry because I mean she was really thick too. So I was like, okay, she looked real good. What I'm saying? So maybe the girl's hungry. But then I said, I'm a tester. So I finished my food and I was like, hey, so can I get some of the ribs? She said, excuse me. And I looked at her and I said, excuse you? Who are you talking to? You better cut that shit in half. Give me a piece of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then we went to go see a movie and I guess she just called herself getting a free meal. I ain't hurt no money. But
Right.
I felt like I was disrespected, with that because it's like, oh, well, I'm not feeling this dude anyway, so I'm just going to soak him for food, what I'm saying, get a nice little meal and then be on my way. And I wasn't going to fuck with her anyway. I would have fucked her if it would have got down to that, but I wouldn't have gotten to a relation with her because she was too headstrong, too aggressive. But yeah, she couldn't figure out why she was single. And I was like, wow, you guys don't even get it. It's right here in front of you. So
So she ordered all that food, and let me guess, she probably took a majority of it home, right?
no, she ate it all at the
No
table.
way.
Yes, way. Yes. She ate all of that shit. I was like, wow, this chick can eat. This is a hefty woman. So yeah, so
Wow.
yeah,
Yo,
man.
so gentlemen, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Real talk. Why do you think a lot of the black men okay, well, before I even get into this, there's a stereotype that black men only date fat white women. Do you agree with that in Minneapolis or disagree?
I disagree because I think that I've seen some black men with some fine ass white girls. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and I've seen some, like if you go to Southdale, you see some skinny black dudes with some fat white chicks, and I'm like, okay, she doing something good to make this dude stay with her, or maybe she may be taking care of him. I don't know. She may be sucking him real good. I don't know. She may have good coochie. I don't know. You know what I mean? She may be building this dude up. You know, because the first thing sisters think is, hey, you know, he's just with her because she taking care of him, and you know, they're easy to run over. And I'm like, well, you don't really know, and you can't really speculate. So I mean, and I've seen some fine white chicks with some thugged out dudes with three
yeah.
light skinned babies, and they look happy. So I'm like, okay, that's different. And you know, the quote unquote thugged out dude, his hat cocked to the back with the tattoos, and you know, they look like night and day. Well, literally. But it's like they seem to be happy, and he's interacting with his daughters, and it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And then you got some deadbeats. So I think it just really depends.
Right. And I agree with you on that. I think that's why interracial dating in Minneapolis is a phenomenon, because you don't get just the stereotypical dude and fat white chick. Like you, I went to Uptown today. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to all my Uptown. I was at Bar Louie. We was doing Patron, but that's a different story. But I was in Uptown today, and you see this fine ass brother. Excuse me. Pause. You seen this dude with this fine ass Becky.
Yeah.
And that's not unusual to see that in Minneapolis. And
Right.
when cats come from out of town, they're shocked. They're like, y'all really doing it like that here? You know what I mean? So my question, the reason I wanted to ask that question is my follow-up question. Why do you think a lot of black men choose to opt out of dating black women in Minneapolis or date interracially?
Well, I think that yes, there's difference in struggles with, you know, different races of people. Um, in my opinion, interacting with white women and black women, the white women are more approachable, the more friendlier. They smile, and they spark up conversations with you. And most of all, there's a lot more femininity in them than it is sisters. There's a lot of masculine energy in sisters up here because they feel like they have to compete. You know, so me personally, I've interacted with white women, and I've gotten close with them, and they seem to be more passionate as well. So I'm not saying sisters aren't passionate, but the connection, whether it's just physical or just mentally, you know, you guys can connect more, you know, on an intellectual level, and it's not a, you know, it's more companionship versus competing against each other. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. And
Right.
you know, these women, I was reading somewhere, I think it was Solo, not Solo, Soul and Black. He was doing a blog, and he said that they're starting to find out that 70% of black white women thought that black men were not providers, but they did a consensus, and they found out that indeed 70% of black men are providers, and these white women were like, wow, these guys really do take care of their families. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they 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 find men to be sexy and attractive. You know, I've talked to them, I've asked them questions. I went on a date with this one chick, white chick, and she said, I think black men are so sexy. And I said, what do you mean? Go deeper. She said, well, I like the way they skin feel. I said, well, how does it feel? She said, it feels like silk when it's against my body. And I said, whoa. She said, yeah. She said, they're sexy. They got swag, the way they walk, the way they walk in authority, you know? And I said, that's deep, you know, for her to say that. You know, I was just like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
And you know what's funny, Genuine? Going back to what you said earlier, you know, um, to that black woman who was chastising you because you only made 40 grand a year.
Yeah.
There are a lot of brothers who don't even make that here. You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
Depending on where you live, 40 grand, you can live comfortably in Minnesota, depending on,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Your debt and everything. You know, I've lived off less, Genuine. Real talk.
Yeah, me
When
too.
I
Yeah.
broke, I used to make 25,000. That was 10 years ago, and I was still doing okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my point is, the thing I was trying to say is that a lot of women, not just black women, but particularly black women, are very materialistic here. You know,
They are. They
have
very are. Yeah.
on point. You got to look a certain way, and I always mention that when I was younger, I used to be a knucklehead and I used to dress like a thug
Mm-hmm.
because that's what black women wanted.
They
But I
want
wasn't
it.
doing
Yep.
myself because I'm not a thug.
I did
And
that
so,
too.
as soon as black women find that out, they think, oh, he must be soft. Ain't nothing sweet about me, buttercup. But you know what? The reality is, a lot of black women here, we get the rejects from Indiana or Chicago or Detroit. You feel me?
Yeah, Missouri.
We
Yeah.
get the bottom tier women from those cities. They come here, and you know the reality is the thirst is so real. Like, you know, I don't even go to the black clubs here no more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because if you try to talk to a woman, even if you come at her correct, some of them will have the foulest attitude. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. It's sad, man. It's really sad. And I went to I remember when I came up here in like '05, '07. I came up here in '05 and I left and came back in '07, really. But when I came up here, I went to Escape. This when Escape was popping.
Oh
On E
shit,
Block.
my nigga, you used to go to Escape.
Yeah, I went to Escape.
All right.
And you know, I mean,
Karma.
and yeah, Escape was popping. You know, you had all the college students right there. You know, you had the nice little area, E Block, I think,
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep.
And so,
Yep.
yep. And so, you know, even in there, and at that time, my game wasn't as strong as it is now. You know, like I was, you know, it's like 25. I'm 36, but I was 25. You know, and I was still checking for females. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't really check them out, but there'd be some really nasty attitudes, like, "You gonna buy me a drink?" You know, and I'm like, no, I don't spend money on females I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, or if I'm drinking and I'm finishing up a drink, I'll just give them my drink. Here you go, free drink. So it's like, you know, these women be eyeballing dudes and they be picking them out and they're seeing if they're simps. And it's like, you know, we're not simps. You know what I'm saying? And even if I did buy you a drink, that's nothing to me. What's $5? But it's just the principle. You know, you in here tricking, you know, with your broke ass. Why don't you buy your own ass a drink? You know what I mean? So it's like all that. But then I went to 7 and I went up in there. The first time I went there, I almost got in a fight, you know, over some drunk female. So I was like, wow, you know, this is crazy. But I don't really go out like that anymore. I mean, I go out every once in a while, but you know, it's just like it's the same type of people.
Exactly.
And
And just to add on, one thing I've noticed is in Minnesota, it's a friendly culture of drinking. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you might be at the bar, and you know, if you with your crew, they might buy you around with somebody. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
If that's your crew or what have you. And I think the reason why women are so bold in asking men to buy them a drink here is because so many men do it. So many men buy women drinks.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yep,
And I think you're right. Like certain women think that, oh, he must be a simp because they look at you and they're like, they might not be attracted to you, but they feel like I can get something out of him.
yeah,
And I've had women do that to me too. Like, oh, you should buy me a drink. And I'm looking at the woman and I told her straight up, well, I only buy women that I'm fucking or
right,
having sex with drinks.
yeah,
And then she shut her mouth. But you know, women, they do that all the time, you know. And I noticed that for me, particularly now, because you know, I you know, whatever, I got a little chubbier. They do that more so than now. Get the fuck out of here. I still got my mouthpiece, motherfucker.
you're right,
But that lets me know straight up where they at. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I do is if chick says buy me a drink, I go to the bartender, I order my drink, and I get the chick a water, and I give her the water.
right. That's nice. I never thought of that. It's a good one.
Just
So,
little tricks. One thing I will say, Genuine, in Minneapolis, there's really not a good place to meet quality black women. Would you agree?
I would agree. I, I would say the closest thing would probably be church, but then you got to go to the right church with the right amount of young people. But then you got to make sure a lot of them chicks aren't on the come up because a lot of them have kids and they're looking for a beta male to come in and raise another man's kids. So and you don't really know if she's really into you. I mean, I went through that too. I went through that and that hurt the most. And that's when I first kind of came up in here, not to go off to the religious road, but I just got to. It was one of those things where, oh, you get pulled in a church, and a lot of these pastors, they know that these men in churches are looking for wives, and they know that these women are hot in the pans in the pews. So you got a nice man coming in the church, and then he gets up and prophesies to you, yeah, oh, your wife's coming. So you got all the girls in there sweating. Oh, who's he gonna pick? Who's he gonna pick?
Oh, well, you cracking me, bro.
Oh, the Lord told me to tell him, ha ta 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 ta, hallelujah. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man, the church is really, I'm not crapping on the church, but man, the church has really failed. Most churches are packed with single women and mothers because most of these women come from broken homes. They have daddy issues, man issues, and they're looking for help. And the church is supposed to be benevolent and comforting and all that. And really, it's just emotionalism. I call it, because I was raised in church, apostolic, Trinity, all that stuff. And as I got older, I had a bad experience with the church, right? And then I said, you know what? I'm going to start reading about this stuff and seeing what's going on because something is not right. Is these men are getting married to these women and they're having issues. They're fighting at home. And it happened to me, and I just couldn't get along with this woman. But it's like, you told me, God told you, Pastor, that was my wife. So I'm believing in you because I'm thinking you hearing from God, but really you're just trying to make yourself look like a true prophet in front of the congregation, And so I went through that. The girl was blatantly disrespectful to me. I mean, she would say stuff like, don't you think me and such and such should be talking instead of me and you? And I'm like, nigga, you got my engagement ring on. You gonna say some crap like that? So whether she was trying to break me down, whether she was just being disrespectful, I don't care what you went through in your past. If you got a decent man in front of you, shut your mouth up, get in line, and do what you need to do. Especially when you got kids, you ought to be happy a nigga's checking for you. And this chick looked like Kim Kardashian, beautiful. I lucked up, but she was nuts in the head. That goes to show you beauty isn't everything. It's all about what you're working with upstairs. And
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Say what?
Facts. I mean, what you're saying is facts. And
yeah, man.
And I think that
they're crazy though.
I think that that's the toughest part. Is like for me, the last 3 years, once I got into once I turned 30,
yeah,
I got over the whole club life because it was a waste of my money and more importantly, my health.
Yep.
I like waking up the next day with a hangover. I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
But the online dating scene is pathetic. And I mean, I've done online dating in Cali, Chicago, New York.
Yeah.
And Minneapolis is one of the worst places to meet females online.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Plenty of fish, terrible. Nothing but wildebeest and Gargamel looking bitches, bro.
Yeah, I call it plenty of guppies.
Remember Gargamel?
Yeah, I do, Gargamel.
Yeah, bitches look like the fat version of Gargamel, and then you got the snow cows. I mean, it's terrible. And I made a video, Genuine. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes.
Where I was talking about rate these chicks, and this was a club called Cream.
Yep.
And it's the Minneapolis girls, the black women primarily.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, I'd rather jerk off for the rest of my life than smash half of them bitches. I mean, seriously. Seriously, man.
Yeah, it's, man, look, we men, we keep it real. That's what it come down to. At the end of the day, if these chicks ain't cooperating, right? What are you supposed to do? Sit at home and twiddle your thumbs around? No. You got to go find one that's down for the cause, or you got to do what you got to do. And you shouldn't be going to step two or option two. There should be plenty of chicks out here with their shit together who want quality men, or who just want it, be grown about your business. If you want to get it where you fit in, then say it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of women online that want one night stands, but they don't want to come off as hoes. And you kind of got to figure that out with them. You be like, come on, if you're a grown woman, if you got an itch that I can scratch, and what's up? Just say it. We grown ups, but don't sit up here and make like you this good girl, this churchy girl, and within 3 days you on your knees. Man, that's real. Or you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I got game. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have strong game, but my game is good enough to get laid.
That's right.
So it's like, and then I work out and all that kind of stuff. So, and I guess I'm somewhat handsome. You know what I mean? I think I'm a normal cat that's out here doing this thing, a brother. But it's like, they come over to the crib, they see what I'm working with, and they like, oh, this guy got assets. And it's like, hell yeah, because where I'm from, we raised to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So like when they encounter guys like me, I mean, I was poor. I lived in Huntington Place. Over, they had roaches and bed bugs, infestations and shit. I was getting bit up all up left and right and shit. So it was like,
you from the hood for real, man?
Yeah, I'm from the hood. Yeah, so it's like I had to build myself up. I had like 580 credit score. I broke my ankle, went to work. They fired me. They was like, you fired. I said, why? We didn't hire you to sit around the office. We hired you to go out and do work, so get out. And I'm on crutches. I had no money. I had a gold digging ass girlfriend. I had to take out a loan at the bank, and I had to live off the loan because I didn't realize the severity of my dislocated ankle. So I had to teach myself how to walk again and build my credit up and get my shit together. So it's like, that's my story. But there are other men with those stories too. And some stories are worse than mine. But we all out there trying to do right, trying to find quality women, build legacies, build families, and have wonderful kids to pass down those traditions. But it just seems like the women, the pool that we have to pick from is so bad that we have to go elsewhere. And sorry, ladies, I'm thinking about Cuba. I'm thinking about Brazil. I'm thinking about Ghana. And I was talking to a guy at my job. He says Eritrean. He said it's so bad over there. The government is telling the men to engage in polygamy.
Damn.
Yeah, he said because the race is kind of dwindling off, so y'all need to marry 4 and 5 of them and get them knocked up. That's how bad it is. And he said those women are light skinned, they beautiful. So, and they cooperate.
All right. Well, we'll get to that in a moment, Genuine. Well, let's stick with Minneapolis for now before we go foreign, bro.
I feel you. Yeah. The chicks here, man, it's so tough. I
got a question for you.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Why do you think that the brothers are dating white women because they can't do better? Or do you think that they're dating white women because the black women are just that bad?
I would say, to be fair, it's a combination of both. But from what I'm saying, I think there's more bad ones than good ones. So right. I think that the black men just have to go where they're wanted. Men ultimately want to go where they're wanted. White women want you, Chinese women, whatever, then you're going to go where it is. If black women want these fuck boys and you don't fit that description, they ain't going to fuck with you. So, and then the perception that is out about black men, they're no good, they're not providers, they don't have shit going on, they want to be rappers and sports athletes and all this stupid stuff. So, the sisters are like, some sisters, the quality sisters are like, well, I can't really give this guy a chance because he probably don't got nothing going for himself. You know what I mean? So it's like the men are like, well, hey, you didn't give me a shot. Well, whatever. You guys are all bad. So you're like, well, fine. I'm gonna go see what's up with Sarah. I'm gonna go see what's up with Becky or Susie.
Becky.
There, and the thing that gets me is when I first came up here, I used to go to Lake Calhoun a lot. Nice lake. And I used to see black women with white dudes, and these black women would go out of their way to look me in my eye to make it to make it like, like, look, see you niggas ain't shit. So I had to give me a white man. Look at all my mulatto babies running around. And it's like, look, I feel bad for him because he loves you, but you looking at him as, oh, these niggas ain't shit, so I had to get a white man. Do you really love him? You know, that kind of relationship I don't have respect for. But if it's a black woman with a white dude, hey, and you love him, that's what's up. But I feel like, you go where you want it and where you desire. I had a sister tell me, she said, I hate seeing black men with white women, but I don't mind seeing a black woman with a white dude. I said, what? She said, because you niggas ain't shit up here. I'm like, are you? And this, I first got up here. I met off Black People Meet, and I'm like, who the hell are you talking to? I'm like, no, because if you're talking about brothers, you're talking about me. And
That's right.
I'm like, do you know why brothers are doing that stuff? Because women like you are you're plaguing the community that we can't really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? We go where we want it. And white women pay. They don't have a problem reaching in their purse. Some sisters do too. But white women, they be like, you want me to take care of this? You be like, oh, okay, sure. So, I'm not expecting her to, but if she wants to get the popcorn, baby, I've heard them say, hey, you pay for dinner, I take care of the movies. You're like, wow, cool. And then I've showed up to dates late, and the chick done already bought the damn ticket. She's like, no, come on, I already got them. I've never had a sister do that.
Mm.
And it's like, wow, she took the initiative. So where do you think I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go deal with sisters, white sisters, whatever, Chinese sisters who are checking for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the white women I think they're outdoing sisters, and they catching up with them body wise too, because a lot of sisters are built like sisters.
Oh so, shit! Anyone, you gonna get me in trouble, bro? You gonna
man, you go to LA Fitness in Brooklyn Park. Woo! There's a lot of big bubble butt white sisters walking around. You like, damn.
Only said white. Oh Lord. All right.
Like, yeah.
Shout out. Let me do some shout outs real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nora Lenore. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Shout out to Legendary Loser. Shout out to Bando G-Mans. I probably butchered your name. Shout out to Dialer and MD. That's the DMV. What up?
That's what's up.
Shout out to Marvin George. Shout out to everybody who's fucking with me late night, man. Because, yo, I was supposed to do this earlier, but state fair season, bro. So I was meeting with people, going to Uptown. I went to Uptown today.
Yeah, okay.
Man, there were some bad Johns in Uptown, bro.
Really?
I'm telling you, oh man, Becky with the long hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I've been over there a few times off of Lake Street, and that area.
Right. Yeah, Lake Street and Hennepin, right there, bro. That's where the action is at, right off of Lake and Hennepin, bro.
Yep.
Uptown is nice. All right, Genuine. Let's switch the topic up. You mentioned that you're trying to go foreign. To tell me why you would want to go foreign. I mean, you have no problems getting Becky's here, obviously, from talking to you earlier. So are you just tired of dealing with the Beckys and you want to just see, try some Dominican or Brazilian flavor or what?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I saw the Olympics and them Brazilian chicks got it going on. I saw the I saw the documentary, Frustrated Black Men in Brazil. That was a powerful documentary. I don't know if I said it right. It's late, but
documentary.
Yeah, documentary. I saw the bottom line is that they believe in patriarch. Where I'm from, I'm old school, and I was raised by a single mom, but she did the best she could, but she kept me around my grandfather and my uncles, and I believe that a man should be the head. He should be the leader, the provider. I'm not saying my woman can't work, but all that responsibility falls on him, and it's nothing he enjoys, but it's just by default. So you have to embrace it, and that's just a part of who you are. And I feel like those type of women, just listening to them talk, they understand that, and they understand the importance and the value of a man. You know, so and you know, they're the quality of them are, I just think, look wise, they just putting sisters under the bus. You know, if hell, a person can YouTube and see the difference in looks and features and all that stuff, and they're nice too. So they're fine and they're nice. That's a dangerous combination. And brother, it's hard to get a brother to stay in the U.S. when you got sisters over there working with that. You
And
know,
I mean,
so
for you, Genuine, it's feasible because you can afford it.
yeah, oh yeah.
Let me ask you this: have you ever been abroad before or not?
I have not. I've been contemplating it. I'm going to do it. I just got my passport, but I have not. But I'm going to.
Amen. Hey, hold up, everybody! Clap for Brother Genuine. He just got his passport. He's on his way to freedom. Eddie Murphy. He's on his way. He's on his way. My question to you, Genuine, you know what I'm saying, before we switch the topic, is there's a lot of black women who are going to watch this video, and they're going to say, you Negroes are coons. What do you say to those people that look at us who date outside of our race, not because we want to, but because we have to, because of the game, and because, you know, it's not that we don't like black women, we do, but the black women here,
Of course,
are messed up mentally with the psychosis and the fuckery by picking thugs. What do you say to those people who criticize us for looking for better options?
I say fuck you, niggas. No, you know, honestly, I don't. First of all, that's not what cooning is. So if a sister says that, then she's obviously ignorant. But you know, at the end of the day, they're doing it, and they're finding love. Hell, why can't we do it? You know, we don't have to draw from this bad crop over here in the U.S. You know, and it's really tough finding quality sisters. There's more bad ones than good ones, just like there's more bad dudes than good dudes. Well, brothers. So it's like, you know, if sisters having a hard time finding brothers, what do you think it's like for us? And it's more women than men on the planet, and we still having a hard time finding a quality woman. So it's like there's something wrong with the environment. It's feminism, all that liberation and crap that fucked them up. You know, so now we're dealing with the offspring of those women, and you know, we don't really have nothing else to go off of. So we have to go across seas to find women who value us, because American women just do not value men, and they damn sure don't value no black man. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, hey, I love my sisters, and I'm not turning my back on my sisters. Because first of all, let's be clear, I acknowledge beauty. I don't care what color she is. You know, so if I'm attracted to her and she's attracted to me and we got chemistry, then that's what's up. You know, we'll go from there. But at the end of the day, if I'm going across seas to Brazil, they're still part of my family. You know, they're just Caribbean. So it's like, I'm not turning my back on sisters. I'm just getting a sister that's in another country. You know, just like Ghana or Kenya or, you know, Eritrea, it doesn't really matter. So
now, Genuine, let me cut you off there, because I like the fact that you bring up African countries, bro. And I mean, I've been to Ghana, and if you go there, you're gonna get the ass as soon as you land.
Yeah.
My question to you is, what is the end goal for you? Do you want to eventually get married or settle down? Because let's be honest, that's not possible. Okay, continue and tell me why.
Well, because I believe in a man should, at a certain age, he reaches, you know, the height of his career or whatever, and he's thinking about his legacy. He's thinking about his offspring and his family. You know, so if I haven't been able to fulfill that here in the U.S., then I have to go where I can fulfill that. You know, so at the end of the day, I'm looking for marriage because I believe a man should be marriage minded. I mean, I'm not saying that he has to be that. It's just that if you really think about what it is you're trying to do, you're building so that your family can reap the benefits of what you're building when you're long dead and gone. You know, so that's what I'm trying to do. So I have to find a woman that is down with the program. You know, she's willing to come in, step into that role, and be my wife. You know, my ride or die chick. have lots of babies or a few babies. I mean, I have one son, but I at least want one more, you know, and that's really what it is, you know.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
I'm
Now
looking
let me
for
ask
a
you
wife.
this. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Are you looking to travel within the next year or two? Is that
I
or
am. I am. Yes. ASAP.
I
Yes.
mean,
ASAP.
I mean, I know you got your passport, bro, so
Yep.
you ready.
I'm ready.
Um,
The DR, wherever.
okay. Now DR is nice.
Yeah.
I know firsthand DR is nice. One of my boys went there. Man, that's on my list. That's definitely on my list.
Yes.
All right. Well, Genuine, this is late night. You feel me? I know
Yep.
you got to go soon. You feel me? But is there anything you want to say? I mean, I know you think about making your own channel eventually.
Yeah.
But is there anything you want to talk about that's on your mind that you're like, yo, Solo, this is what I like, or this is what I want to address?
Um, I would have to say, and I don't know, this may be off topic, but I would have to say that we as people, particularly people of color, we need to wake up. We really need to wake up because there's a lot of stuff going on to us that we can't ignore and we can't make light of. And we have to think about our future, the future of our people, you know, because now, you know, you see the issues that are going on the street with us and how these cops are getting off with golden parachutes and stuff. You know, we just got to cut all the BS out. You know, we got to come together, find love, be happy, and just, you know, and move on. But I know it's going to be very tough because the machine that's in place is so well oiled. It's hard to go against it, you know? So um, I love my sisters, but you guys need to snap out of it. You've been hoodwinked. You know, you can't have it all. You got to sacrifice somewhere. And men aren't put on this planet to conform to you. You were made for
Mm.
the man. You were made for the man. So you got to get in line, and you'll find love and find happiness. You know, so that's and it's I'm and I'm not trying to be harsh or mean, but if you find the right guy, you'll be happy. You know, and that's all I got to say. I'll hold my tongue on the rest.
For real.
I
That's powerful. The only thing I gotta add is nowadays, as you know, brother, with social media,
yeah,
um, and the constant bombardment of attention women get,
yeah,
that a lot of women are shooting themselves in the foot.
they are.
I've seen so many women complain that they can't find the right guy, but
Yep,
they choose to overlook the good guy or
I
the
agree.
guy that is right for them for some fuckboy Ray type nigga or
Yep,
a dude that's just, you know, girls always trying to change a guy. You know what I'm saying? She
yeah,
trying to change him. But the reality is that once she changes the guy, she gets bored.
yeah, yeah,
It's kind of like a cat. The
yeah.
cat, you know, when you put a string in front of a cat, the cat keeps going for the string, right?
Right.
Keeps going for the string. And then when the cat gets the string, it plays with it for a few seconds, and then it gets bored and walks away. You
Yeah,
know why that
yeah,
is?
yeah. Why?
Because the cat enjoyed the chase more than the catch. It's all
Exactly.
about that.
You're exactly right. I couldn't have said it better. You're exactly right. And I've talked to so many sisters, man, so many, and you just listen to their stories, and it's like, at the end of the day, if you're 40 years old and single, you got to look in the mirror. You can't tell me every guy that you met in your life has been bad, you know. And I said to her, to this young lady, I said, look, you guys had good, decent guys in college. You just weren't checking for them, or you were too busy focusing on your career, that you forgot to find someone along the way. And now that you're established, oh, now I want to be married, now I want kids. And it's like, guys don't operate by those rules or parameters, so that's why you're single. So if you feel like you need to go get artificially inseminated, whatever, do what you got to do, but don't make it be like, oh, these guys ain't shit, so I got to go do it this way. So it's really messed up, man. And it's a lot of confused women out there, man, that they want thugs, but it's like, that's not why. They don't even take care of their kids. But it seems, Yeah, it's fucked up because you listen to Beyonce, you listen to Mary J. Blige about all these horrible songs of how niggas be doing you dirty, but you're fighting through it. But then they sing about songs about they need a roughneck and all this crap. But then you go get
I
these
need a
guys.
soldier, someone to stand up for me. The how to carry big things, and he
Yeah,
knows what I need. And
yeah,
remember, yeah.
exactly, man. And yeah, man, and they go get these dudes based off of social engineering because music is social engineering. And then these guys run out on them, and then they say, "Well, I want a man now." And it's bad on dating sites. These women with 3 and 4 kids, they be like, "You know what? I'm looking for a husband now." And I'm like, "You got 4 kids. Don't you think you kind of did that backwards?" You know? So it's like, what you really think guys are going to come in and raise another man's kids? And I remember you saying beta male. That's exactly what he is. He's a beta male.
Right.
He, and it's just real talk. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's like, you wouldn't really go for that guy, but because you got so much baggage in your life and stress, you kind of got to settle, and got to, and you got to accept the guy, but he thinking he done hit the jackpot.
Shit
And it's
like
like,
that.
I'm not gonna lie. I looked in the mirror one day. I said, I'm a fucking simp. I'm a simp. And I had to
Come
cut that
on,
shit
bro.
out. I had to cut that shit out, man, because I was dealing with chicks with kids and trying to save them and shit. And I was like, these bitches don't want to be saved.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't
Yeah,
save
man.
her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Hey, can I get? Keep
Yeah,
it
man.
going. Keep it going.
I'm telling you, man, I was doing that shit, man. And I was like, you know what? I got to change this. These chicks are taking advantage of me. My bank account's always low. I didn't have any, my gang really wasn't that strong. And I was kind of in the church game as well. So, it's a lot of beta males in church. Not all, but it's a lot of them. And these chicks, they be soaking them up, man. They be on them. So I was one of them until I stepped away and my eyes became open. I was like, this got to be something better than this out here. So
Right. And you know what, Genuine, I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
yeah, be real, keep it real.
It makes me sad to hear that you went to the church and you couldn't find a good woman in that building. Like about
Worth
that.
marrying. Worth marrying. Yeah.
Mm.
They're good ones. They just weren't up to par as far as marriage was concerned.
But still, if any place a brother or somebody should be able to find his queen or mate, shouldn't it be at a church?
Yes, I agree. The virtuous woman, Proverbs 30. Yeah, absolutely. Proverbs 31, I believe. Yeah, the virtuous woman, who can find her? Blah blah blah. She, it's like you women are claiming this, but that's not really what you are. Those are the attributes and the characteristics of a female, and they really weren't talking about a woman with that passage, by the way, too. But for simplicity, I'll just go along with it. But it's just very tough, man. Those women, they some of the nastiest women in the church. They are nasty, man. And there's some quality ones in there, but there's some really nasty hoes in church, and it's bad. They be up there shouting and fainting, and then they be out there sucking sticks 30 minutes later. And it's like, dude, you faking the funk up in here. So,
oh boy,
yeah, it's horrible, man. So, it's a lot of single moms too, because a man should be able to find a quality female in the church. But what is it that the church is doing that is not preparing these women for marriage or relationships? Because the church is a business. Their main concern is taking your money. That's all it is. So, these women, they're going off emotionalism, and the pastor tells them, he gives her a word, or your husband's coming. So that chick she's going to sit there. Like with the church I was at, he was like, your husband's coming in the future. Just hold tight. Give it 2 years. Get 2 years. So she's there for 2 years, right? No husband. 5 years done went by. No husband. She's all hot in the britches, horny every time a man walked by her in the pew. And it's like, and she's still giving her money though, and she can't, kids wearing summer clothes in the winter. That's a shame.
Mm.
I've seen it all, man. I've seen it all. So I'm not crapping on any churches, but it's like you gotta keep it real, man. A lot of churches, they're not preparing the young men or women to be in relationships because that's not their main concern. You know, so
Mm.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's facts, man, and I think that a lot of black men, especially in Minnesota, and for a world of hurt,
Yeah.
if they think they're gonna find some marriage material chick here.
Yeah, I agree. Man, it's that I'm on POF right now, and I actually hit my account because I'm just so pissed off. I'm not pissed off, but it's like it's a waste of time. Like you got old ass women, you got young women, and it's like come on, you guys, what do you guys really? You got prostitution on there. You got some fine ass girls on POF, and they still on there. And it's like you too fine. You should have a man. So what are you really doing? Are you soliciting? Because that looks like that's what you're doing to me. You know, and you never hear from them. But then they put like little code words in there like generous or giving, and it's like giving, generous. What do you mean generous? I'm looking for a generous man. I'm like, so this one girl had that, and so I wrote back to her. I said generous. So you mean generous as in me spending my money on your ass? And she never replied. But I was just like, ah. And you got transsexuals on there,
Facts.
man.
Facts.
That's some scary shit because I'm gonna tell you how slick they are. Those motherfuckers don't take close-up pictures, but they'll take physical curve pictures, so you can't really tell it's a female or not, or dude. So you start chatting with them, and then they like, oh, by the way, I'm a tranny, and you're like, oh my god, you serious?
Oh,
I know I went left, but it's like you're like, look, I don't get down like that, but you need to be forthcoming. You need to take clear pictures because you look like a female because you're taking bathroom photos from far away, but
yeah.
you really like tricking dudes, and you really need to be forthcoming because that's just not cool.
But yo, genuine, that shows you how bad
Yeah,
a lot of females look in Minnesota when some of the transsexuals look better than them.
man, I'm telling you, some of these look, I've been fooled. I'm like, wow, man, wow. That's all I can say, but I don't get down like that. I like real ass, real coochie, and real breast. I love it. I love boobs, real boobs, female boobs. But it's like, it's a lot of fuckery on POF. It's a lot of black people meet as a fucking joke.
Okay,
It's more.
now tell me about that because I've never been on that one. Tell me
It's
about
it.
black people meet.
Man, they got white women on there. They checking for brothers. That it's a bunch of baby mamas on Black People Meet, and half the girls they ain't been active in like 3 months, so you can't fuck with them. So you kind of got to go where the active chicks are. But then the ones that be contact you are the old fat ones, and you may get a couple of conversations out of the young cute ones, but that's about it. So I mean, I've gone on dates with some pretty nice looking females, and look, I'm not gonna lie, I've smashed. I got the ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, you give it up to me that damn quick. I mean, I don't really see value in you, because I ain't worked for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn. But Black People Meet is not really big up here in Minnesota. It's really for when I lived in DC when I came, like Maryland. It's really big in like predominantly black areas like Atlanta, which is them chicks are thirsty down there because the Negroes are so moist. And and
Hey,
DC,
hold up. So you
yeah.
think Atlanta's a good place to go to get some coochie?
It is a good place to go, but them chicks they really on top of their game. So I mean, they'll cooperate with you, but they got a lot to offer as well. Like they got assets too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn.
Hey, you know what? And here's the thing. I keep hearing two things about Atlanta. Either Atlanta is terrible and it sucks, or Atlanta is like where it's at. So I take it that the guys who are winning in Atlanta, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, because from what I've seen, because I went to Fort Valley State, which is 2 hours outside of Atlanta back in 2001. I transferred to a HBCU, worst mistake ever. But I went just because I just wanted to experience. And it was a lot of from back in 2001, it was a lot of homosexual activity in the men, and it was just big. I'd never seen it. Like, it was like wildfire. And you had a lot of beautiful sisters, and they just couldn't get dudes, So when I left, I was like, it's got to be worse. So I had friends go down there. They're like, man, it was like out of 10 clubs, 9 of them were gay or homosexual clubs. And so, and then you see all the fuckery on YouTube and World Star, and the women down there is Chocolate City. Well, it's like one of the black meccas. Chocolate City's DC, but it's like the guys are so moist down there that the chicks are having a hard time finding quality men. So it's like, or straight dudes. When I was in DC, I got questioned if I was homosexual or down low, because DC is bad on down low men, and Georgia's is bad on openly gay men. They just open with it, which they should be, embrace it, right? So, I like when I was in Maryland, I go on dates, and they'd be like, I gotta ask you. You like, what? Are you down low? I was like, what's down low? This is like in 2005. I said, what's that? It was a phenomenon. They was like, well, it's a dude who's with a girl, but he sleeps with dudes on the low. I'm like, no. Why would you ask me that? Well, you got that look. I'm like, what's the look? Well, you handsome, you work out, and you got curly hair, and I'm like, what? I said, are you serious? They're serious, like, yeah. And my last boyfriend, he was down low. I said, oh man.
And those are the women you got to stay away from, man.
Yeah. And it's a lot of bisexual women on the East Coast and like DC too.
What?
I ran into a lot of those too. Like Baltimore is really big on butches and lesbianism, and DC was really big on like the down low men. Yeah, and I got followed one time. I had to check the dude. I was about to whip his ass. Because I was like, he followed me, dude. I was just like, dude, what the hell? Are you serious? But anyway, yeah, man. Black people meet it's good in those areas because there's a lot of pickings to choose from. But in places that it's not that many black people, you're gonna have a hard time. So that's how I look at it. And Black Planet just fell off.
Yeah, Black Planet fell off for real.
Yeah. So I think
Black Planet fell off in like 2004, man.
Yeah, I think they fell off when they opened when they opened the floodgates to Facebook. Black Planet fell off because Facebook was only for college students, but then they just let community college people in. Then they just opened it up to the public. And that's when Facebook kind of lost. To me, Facebook went down. I thought it was better when it was for college students. But, whatever. That was a long time ago. But, yeah, man. Man, it's crazy, man. I got so many stories, man.
We'll get into all of that soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the introduction, Genuine. You feel me? I do got to get going, but.
For sure, man.
I'm not doing a lot of live stream. When you free next, bro?
Man, I'm free whenever, man. Just reach out, man. I make time, homie. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind getting on here, chopping it up, spitting some games. So
that's what's up. That's what's up,
man.
And one last thing I want to talk about real quick, man.
Yeah.
Is this YouTube censorship. I don't know if you heard about it, but YouTube is basically doing a censorship where if your channel, if you curse, you talk about sexual, or controversial things, can be demonetized or even terminated. Now, a lot of my topics, Genuine, are considered controversial because they're not correct.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about interracial dating, even in 2016, is still controversial.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to y'all that what's going on is with YouTube first of all, is all about the money, of course. And this is their platform. And the reality is what they're doing is selective enforcement.
Yep.
So they're going to pick and choose which channel. Because let's keep it real. CNN, NBC, Fox News report violence and sexual things all the time. You really think YouTube is going to say, we're not going to allow you to make money? You must be out your mind.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, those channels create millions of dollars for revenue. So YouTube is going to attack smaller channels that don't make them money. Channels like me, I don't make YouTube shit, just to keep it real.
Right.
Other channels, because I'm not making them that monetization money. They're going to say, okay, we're going to get rid of you. And that's what it's called, selective enforcement. That's what they're doing to us in these streets out here in Minneapolis now. Genuine, where cops will pull you over and now you're getting shot straight up.
Yeah.
That's what selective enforcement is.
Yeah. It's I agree with you, man. 100%. That's what it is. They don't want you to rock the boat. You know, you rock the boat, then you gotta get out the boat. You know.
It's
so
facts.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is, you got to remember is that, you know, there's some people who livelihood off of this. I'm not one of them, but there are people who make their livelihood off of this. Yeah. And you're gonna tell these people now, oh, you can't do it no more because your content is offensive, and that's BS.
Yeah.
You know, selective enforcement. If they're going to apply this rule, it should be for everybody and not just people that can't do nothing for them, revenue-wise.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, they're going to start cracking down soon. You know,
just been started cracking down.
Yeah, yeah. I heard Facebook be doing that too. If you have stuff about like how the cops are treating disenfranchised Americans or African Americans or whatever you want to call us nowadays, it's you know, they monitor you and then they shut down you or they put you in Facebook jail as well. So it wouldn't be surprising if YouTube does that. You know, I mean, you obviously said they're doing it, and I believe you. So yeah.
Right. So, all right. Well, Genuine, I appreciate you, man. I gotta go to bed because I gotta, you know, State Fair Labor Day shit tomorrow. Yeah. But you know, we definitely got to have you on again. You know, you're cool dude. And I just want to say peace to everybody. Shout out to everybody. And you know, everybody, y'all have a good night. Please subscribe. Please share my shit. Y'all niggas never share my shit. So please share it. It's free. Share it while you can.
For sure.
Who knows? I might not be on here next week.
Right.
If YouTube does that.
Right.
So share my shit.
I agree. Yeah, everybody have a good night. So,